All right, so Gemini Spark, which is Google's 24/7 AI agent that lives right inside the Gemini app, got some really cool updates, including a direct hook into Chrome. And by the end of this video, you will actually know how to put Spark on a schedule, teach it your own skills, plug your own MCP server, and then let it loose and finish some errands on your Chrome browser. But you know what? Rather than explaining it, let me just hand it something. Watch this. Here, what I'm going to do is asking it to research Tab FM, which is the latest model that was released. And then I'm asking it to build a Google slide, also pull up the latest top YouTube videos on that topic, get the gist of it, and also draw some architecture diagrams that will go inside that deck. And once it is done, please let me know. So the idea, I've given that particular task. Now it's going to take some time. So here's what we're going to do. If you have not heard of Spark before, let me take a minute to explain it. So Spark was actually announced at Google I/O. It is one of the first long-running agents Google has actually directly put in the consumer app. So it's a full agent, right? It's not an LLM. That means it has got tools behind the scenes. It has got memory. It runs long, as in it breaks a job into pieces, also spins up multiple agents. It can call search, maps, YouTube, depending on the task that you have given. And that's what makes the use case very different. So recurring tasks, that means it can read your credit card statement each month and flags hidden subscription fees. Skills, you can teach it once, like pulling your kids' school deadlines into a single daily digest, and you can then simply reuse that skill. And full workflows like the one which is running right now. And best of all is you can also use your own MCP server here. So you can actually point it literally to any particular tool of your choice. So it is now not limited to the tools which Google is giving it. So this is going to be fantastic. I'm going to show you some interesting use cases as we go into the video. A quick disclaimer before we go there, all opinions are my own and do not belong to my employer. All right. With that, let's get into it. All right, so right now I am in my Gemini app, and as you can see here, I can easily switch to the Spark app. So I'm going to go there and do that. And what you can see over here is you can obviously create a task, but there are some more things that you are able to do. So you can create schedules, you can create and teach Gemini skills. And this one is really cool, which is you can also connect Gemini to your favorite apps. So here, Google Workspace is the no-brainer. You can obviously make the most of Gemini once it is connected to Workspace. So I have connected it. You can also connect it to YouTube Music, but then these are all the others out of the box apps which are available. So if you have a Canva account, if you have contacts, Dropbox, all of those things, you can also connect it to Instacart, which is pretty cool. So if you have an Instacart account with the same login ID, then it just, once you click on that, it asks you to go ahead and do all of these things. So I'm just connecting now to my Instacart account, right? So you can see the process is very simple. Again, open table, pretty much the same, right? So you're able to connect any one of these things. Now, these are out of the box, and I'm assuming that these are going to continue to grow. And as you scroll down, this is where you are able to connect Spark with custom MCP. So for example, this is my Notion over here, and you can see this is brand new. So I just created Notion on this particular account for this particular demo. So what we will do is we will connect a Notion directly to MCP. So you can do this and click on next, and it will try to link your Notion ID with this specific ID where your Gemini Spark is running. And then once you're able to do that, it will show whether it is connected or not. So there you go. So I recognize this. I'm going to click on continue, and then you are able to connect and work with Notion, right? So that's the idea. Save your custom app. You can say, okay, this is Notion MCP, and you're able to see all of these different things, right? So once I save it, then I will be able to connect to my Notion at any point in time. Okay. So you can see that in the custom app for Spark, I already see Notion. So I'm going to include a demo of this and on how you can actually ask Spark to run something on Notion, and we will see what happens there. Okay. Now let's go back to task and see if it has finished the presentation. So I had asked it to create this. So let's see what it has done. So here it did all of these different things, right? So let's read its thoughts. So we had asked it to go research on Tab FM. So it started the research. It obviously has access to Google search tool. I had also asked it to look into YouTube and find the best top videos on this. So it went ahead and did that. It is doing and working with different skills and different tools. You can see all of these different tools were used. And then it also created the deck as I had requested with the style that I had requested, right? These are all the different YouTube videos also that it is talking about. So once I click on the link, then you should be able to see what the deck is. So I had asked it to create a beautiful deck. So paradigm shift, flow comparison between traditional and the new approach about machine learning, 3 stages: a synthetic pre-training, performance, and benchmark. And this is where it is talking about the highest coverage. So I've got the one of the highest coverages here. So that's great to see that it is real and it has picked that up. So it was able to finish the job, and it actually created and also stored it in Google Drive. So you can see all of that. So it actually created 2 diagrams, which you're able to see. Okay. So that's the first task that we had given, and it did a pretty good job in getting us the results. Okay. Now I want to give it a task which will result into it going and leveraging the browser. So let me do that. So let's say that I want it to go to skyscanner.com and then find round trips from Austin to JFK, departing September 3rd and returning September 6th. Compare the options on total price and travel time, shortlist the best 3, and then get as far as you can toward booking the one you would pick. Google has actually created some guardrails where it will ask for human input before making any important decisions. And one of the obvious important decisions is making a purchase. So in this case, as you can see that it is asking for the access because I'm using this for the first time. And this is the brand new feature, right? So now you're connecting it to Chrome. So if you have created a profile already, then it is able to use that profile, right? So that's how you're able to run the errand pretty quickly. Just going to continue and allow. So it has opened up a new tab here. So this is pretty cool to watch. Okay, so it has gone to skyscanner.com as I requested. You can already see that this is my account, right? So it's already in my account because of the signed in account. And that is the difference here. So if you want to do some sort of an errand where you want it to go to an existing account and do certain tasks for you, which you feel comfortable with, and you are able to also see how it is doing, you can actually like assign that to it. So it's pretty cool to see what it is able to do. You can see all the steps that it is doing, navigating to this, searching for flights. It is now about to click on search, looking at this. It's also making the decisions itself, right? So it's very cool to watch. And I had asked for non-stop flight, so hopefully it'll be able to find that as well. Okay. So we'll give it again a few seconds, but it's just very cool to watch this. My hands are over here. So this one is cool, right? Because generally, whenever there is a pop-up or anything that comes, the browser tools have always faced an issue, but you saw that it was able to take an action pretty quickly, right? So it has found the right flight, which it would take because that is what I had asked it to do. And now it is taking us to the American Airlines website. So here it is also showing the same thing, but let's see where it will stop. All right. So it says that all set, finish your task. Here it shows all the options which I need to book. So chosen flight option 2, because that's what I had asked, from here to here, direct flight, and it is 566.80. It also gives the reasoning and it kind of describes the booking process, right? So I can come here, and then if I had a login in American Airlines, that would have been interesting as well. Or I could have just asked it to go to American Airlines and do this. Makes my job a little bit easy, right? And this is just one example. You can think of multiple other examples as well. So that's like really interesting use case of how Spark can now work with the browser and finish the task, whatever you would ask. So let's do one more interesting thing. So I want to show you how to create a schedule. So here I will be using Gemini to actually create a schedule. So I'm going to say that, hey, track new Google AI and Google Cloud announcements, check every weekday morning, and only tell me things you haven't already told me about. Send me a short digest with links. So instead of I creating this manually, I'm asking it to do it. So again, because it is an agent with tools, it will be able to create this schedule for us. The other cool thing about this is I don't have to wait on this to complete anything, right? I can always go and create a completely new thing as well. Now what I can do is I want to go and create a skill. So I'm going to create a new skill. So for example, I'm going to say that, hey, whenever you provide me an output, I want you to send me a digest or summary. Keep it under 150 words, right? So that's what I want it to do. So this is a skill that will be used every time this Spark agent works. So which is pretty cool. So that's what I'm showing here. So it's now creating the skill. So we'll give it a second for it to finish creating the skill. In the meanwhile, we can actually look if it has already created the schedule. So going here, and there you go, right? So it has created the schedule. And this is how it looks like. It has given me for 8 a.m. You are able to change it. You can also edit it. You can run it now just to see what will be the output. And while it is running, it has also created the skill. So it is calling it brief me. So this is when to use whenever creating, writing, or sending a digest, summary, briefing, or roundup, right? So this is pretty cool. So this is how you're able to create the skills, and whatever you're creating, you are able to see all those skills, etc. here. So this is the active skill, and this is the active schedule. So those are skills and schedules for you. The last thing which I promised I will show you was connected apps. So let's go there, right? So this is the connected app. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give a task to this. I'm going to say that, okay, create a database in my Notion workspace called video pipeline for tracking YouTube video ideas, give it columns for titles, etc. So ideally speaking, this should be using the Notion MCP. So let's see what it comes back with. I think it just did that. So I'm just going to allow it. So just going to allow it a bunch of times here, because within Notion app also, it is going to call like multiple different tools, right? Okay, so it has created the video pipeline database in your Notion workspace. So let me actually go to Notion, and there you go. So this is what was created. So it just wrote this right now, right? So this is pretty cool. So this is Gemini Spark, and I believe this is very powerful now that you are able to create recurring schedules, skills. It can also connect to the apps and also connect to your custom apps. And then with the browser agent with Google's Chrome, I think it is very powerful. The update that came in a couple of days back that they are rolling out Spark in over 160 countries and also to AI Pro and AI Ultra subscribers. I believe that connecting to Chrome, they have started rolling it out in the US first. So hopefully there are plans to roll it out worldwide. But as of now, if you're in the US, give it a shot. All right. So let me know in the comment section if you have any question. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.